Sonamy Unleashed, a Sonic the Hedgehog story. Chapter 1. Sonic blinked open his eyes. He found himself in the middle of a ruined city. Dark storm clouds swirled in the sky with occasional lightning flashes. The blue hedgehog stared in confusion. What? Where am I? He stared around. Smoke rose from the collapsed buildings. Was this Mobius? He froze, starting to back away. Was it all a dream? Was this Mobius now? Had he not stopped Eggman and Infinite? Thousands of burning questions raced through Sonic's mind. He felt like he couldn't breathe.
No! We did stop him! I know we did!
Sonic continued to step backwards. He had to find the others. They would know what was going on. He stumbled. His foot hit something and he almost fell. He turned to see what he had almost tripped over. His heart sank. Tails? He stared down at his friend. The yellow fox lay motionless. Sonic bent down to feel the fox. It was as cold as ice. Oh, sweet Mobius. Sonic started panicking. He was dead. He flinched. His eyes turned to another body, and then another. Vector, Espio, Shadow and Rouge, Knuckles and Charmy, Silver, Blaze. Sonic started to breathe heavily. All his friends. Stop! He stumbled backwards. This isn't real!
Sonic.
A familiar voice called to him eerily. He looked up. His eyes grew wide, spotting another Mobian further on. He walked forward on shaky legs, the voice growing closer. He felt like he recognized it. He flinched as he turned a corner. His heart began to race as he saw another ally. He gasped. She was worse than the others, her body battered and broken. She stared up with a smile, trying to show she wasn't scared. Sonic fell down beside her. Amy, hang on. We're gonna get you help. But it was too late. Sonic stared in disbelief as the pink hedgehog's body went limp. He stared where he was for a moment. His mind whirled and his chest hurt. Tears filled his eyes. He started to pant out of control. He flinched as an eerie shadow loomed over him. He turned his head to see and gasped as he suddenly found himself back on the death egg. He screamed, finding himself being shocked, whipped, and drowned all over again. Stop! He shouted through the pain. Fuzzy black shadows of Eggman and Infinite watched with gleaming eyes. This isn't real! Make it stop, please! Sonic gritted his teeth, feeling electricity pulse through him. He gasped, the pain unbearable. All he could think about was his friends. The pain continued for at least a minute, until finally, make it stop! Sonic gasped. He panted heavily, gripping his chest. He stared in disbelief, gripping the sheets of his bed. He was at home.
A dream?
He blinked, staring up to look around his home.
It was just a dream.
He turned to the side cabinet near his bed. The communicator blinked, and Sonic picked it up. A new message from Tails.
Thank Mobius, he's okay.
Before checking the message, he quickly checked on his other friends. He chuckled. A photo from Vector of Espio and Undina watching a movie together. Silver posted a selfie of him and Marine playing pirates, with an annoyed Blaze in the background. The tight feeling in his chest disappeared. Sonic was so grateful that what he saw wasn't real. He didn't know what he would do if it was. He would not be able to go on without them. He checked back to his new message. He clicked the read button.
Hi, Sonic.
It began.
Wanna get chili dogs tomorrow?
Sonic growled hungrily at the thought of a chili dog. He quickly replied, I'll be there, then put down the communicator back on the side, before noticing something else on the table. He picked up a small white container. Medicine. It had been a whole year since he was rescued, but everything he went through, it had been non-stop nightmares, like what he just had. He was thankful the Mad Doctor had not attacked for so long. If he did, he wouldn't stand much of a chance. Sonic had not been himself since they got Mobius back.
I should take my medicine,
he told himself.
After a dream like that, I need it.
Sonic unscrewed the top of the lid and shook out 2 pills. He rose to his feet and shakily walked to the kitchen part of his home, pouring himself a cold glass of water. He swallowed the pills and quickly finished his drink. He blinked at something green. He gazed up. recognizing a bracelet which belonged to an old friend. He sighed, chuckling to himself. He had been fighting so many battles. It was weird how he was now. Would he ever be the old Sonic he once was? The next day, Sonic sent out to meet with Tails, taking his medicine with them, of course. Tails said he and Knuckles would meet me near the Seaside Zone Cafe, he said, heading in the direction of the ocean. He took in the view of Mobius as he walked. Everyone was so happy now that Dr. Eggman was gone. It was strange that Eggman had been missing for so long. Maybe he was gone for good? No. The doctor always had a way of coming back, and he would be back. I should get my strength back soon. Sonic held his arm. The wounds from his torture sessions scarred his chest, chin, and elbow. Even a tick had been taken from his ear. He growled. Eggman had caused so much pain and suffering. The next time he attacked, Sonic was going to make sure he felt how he felt. Sonic stopped. He had arrived at the cafe, but Tails and Knuckles didn't look like they were ordering chili dogs. They seemed worried and panicking. Guys? Sonic! Knuckles span around in surprise. Thank Mobius you're here. The blue hedgehog felt uneasy. They were getting chili dogs, right? Everything okay? Why aren't you guys ordering? Tails turned, holding his communicator.
Sorry, Sonic.
He tapped the screen in a frenzy.
We'll have to put our chili dog day on hold for now.
Something come up? He asked, unsure if it was lab trouble, money trouble, or maybe... Wait, it can't be. Sonic's spines felt like they were standing up. It couldn't be. Did he just jinx the whole day? It's Eggman, Knuckles told him, and he took Amy. Sonic's eyes grew wide. What? He stared horrified. Eggman was back, and he had Amy?
It happened so suddenly. Eggman came out of nowhere. He just snatched her up and disappeared.
Why is it always her? He sighed. This was no time to complain. He needed to help his friend.
We're trying to locate where they might have gone, Tails told him. But it's not easy when he disappears like a phantom.
Eggman is no phantom, he told his friend. Chances are, if he took Amy, he would lure me to the place I dread the most. Knuckles stared with wide eyes. The Death Egg? He nodded, resting a hand on his shoulder. It's where he kept me for months. I suppose it's his way, thinking I won't go there since I'm afraid of that place. But if Amy is in danger, I have no choice.
Are you sure about this?
Tails asked, putting the communicator to his side.
You know what Eggman did to you there?
Sonic gave a cocky grin. I'll be fine, he promised, giving his little brother a thumbs up. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. I can do anything, except fly. Sonic and Tails turned to Knuckles. The red echidna leaned back against a lamppost, his arms crossed. He raised an eyebrow. What? Last I checked, the Death Egg is in space. Sonic gritted his teeth. As much as he didn't want to admit it, the red echidna was right. There was still no sign of the Chaos Emeralds, so he couldn't go supersonic, and any of Eggman's ships that were left in a scrap heap, being torn apart to fix Mobius.
I can take you on the tornado,
Tails suggested.
I'll need to tweak it so we can go to space, but I should be able to get you there.
How long will that take?
If we go to my lab now and I start work, at least 2 hours.
Sonic folded his arms and tapped his foot. I hope Amy can hold on that long. Tails rested his hand on his team leader's shoulder.
Amy knows what you went through, he reminded him. She treated your injuries. She will know that you will take time to get to her, so she'll know she'll have to grin and bear it.
She already waited so long for me. So did the rest of you. Do I really want her to go through that again? Sonic, you waited for us too. You were Eggman's prisoner for 6 months, remember? Sonic chuckled. Yeah, I guess you're right, Knuckles.
Okay then.
Tails took to the air with his 2 tails.
I'll get to work right away.
Sonic rested his hands on his hips. Let me know when you're all done, he told him. The yellow fox winked and gave him a thumbs up. Sonic watched him leave, then turned to stare up towards the sky. Eggman, this time you won't get away.
feel it, evil wind, take them out. This is justice, this is what's right. Here comes the enemy, mess them up.